Hello, so today I'm going to be sharing my experience I had at Little Tokyo. I'm also going to be answering some questions that my professor has given me. So yeah, let's get started. So like I said, I went to Little Tokyo, and I would say the dominant ethnic group over there would be Japanese. So at the time, the Japanese economy and the politics were suffering. So they moved here to America to have some new opportunities. So moving here to America, it was just kind of like a fresh start. And yeah. While we were at Little Tokyo, I did notice a lot of the architecture of the buildings did kind of stay true to like the Japanese culture. Also, a lot of the decorations, so there were lanterns as well. Lanterns were strung like zigzagged. So those really did kind of give it that look, that kind of like home, like how it would look if we were in Japan. So that was really cool. I also did realize that a lot of the storefronts used a lot of wood bars. So for instance, if it's like this, like a archway basically, and then the doors right here, there would be wood on the sides. You can see it in the clip, but yeah. So when we got to Little Tokyo, we were starved, and I thought, hey, I've never had sushi, and what a perfect time to try sushi than here. So we went to a restaurant called Zenchu. It was a sushi restaurant, and it was really cool. So what I got was a hot night roll. It was like a sushi roll, and it had shrimp tempura, avocado, spicy tuna, spicy crunch, eel sauce, spicy mayo, and crab. So it was hot. It was my first time trying sushi, and I know it's hard to believe that it's my first time, or maybe it's not, but it was. Also, I was kind of nervous for trying uncooked tuna for the first time, because I've always had cooked tuna and cooked fish, and I thought you could die from that, like uncooked fish, but I guess not. So yeah, that was really cool to try. So when I first tried it, it had like a really weird texture, and it kind of scared me. Also, I didn't really know how it tasted until I started like chewing it, and it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. So I will be definitely trying more sushi, and I'll try and get a little more adventurous next time I go. So while we were exploring and like shopping, I didn't see a lot of symbols of religion. Only in some stores I did notice that they did sell like little Buddhas. Which I thought were really cool. And then also we were walking around and stumbled upon a Buddhist temple. So when I did see like the Buddhist temple, and I did see some of the little Buddha statues, I wasn't really shocked, because I did kind of know that Buddhism was like a common religion in Japan. So with the converging of traditional and modern world, I did see it in some clothing. I also did see it in like technology. So with clothing, I would say that they used old textiles and some historical events to make clothing, such as like streetwear. There was a store called Japangelis, so they used some of the old Japanese art and they used it in their clothing. So like for instance, on a sweater, it had that famous picture of like the waves. So that's how I would say it kind of mixed old world and like new world. So with technology, I would say social media plays a ginormous role in this, by people using Instagram and Snapchat to make Little Tokyo like a trendy type place. So for more people to know about it and more people to visit it. Also, I don't know if this is 100% like technology, but it is kind of the metro stops at J-Town, so Little Tokyo. So I feel like that's a way for it to be more accessible to more people. So that's, yeah. We did go to a grocery store while we were there, and I thought it was going to be a mix between American food and Japanese food, but I was wrong. It was all Japanese food, which it was really cool because I got to see a lot of the foods they eat and a lot of ingredients they use, and yeah. So I was looking at the packaging and I noticed that a lot of the food wasn't actually made in Japan. It wasn't that surprising, but I did notice that it was made in America, it was made in Argentina, it was also made in everywhere basically. So some activities that I noticed that they really love is anime. Anime has been around since like the early 1950s, and it's been very predominant in Japanese culture ever since. I went to a store and it was wall-to-wall animes. Where? Also, my friend Serena was hecka geeking out, which is really cool to see. Also, there was something I've never seen before. It was called a cyber cafe. So I guess it's like a Starbucks, but it's full of computers and people play games for hours and hours. So I thought that was really cool. So while at the anime store, I did notice something, a couple things actually. I noticed that one, they sold a thing called body pillows. I've never heard of a body pillow in my life, and it was kind of weird to see them. So it's basically like a body pillow. It's a pillow that is the length of a body, and you can use it for whatever you please. And also in the grocery store, I did notice that they sold a thing called pickled vegetables.
Hello, it's me.
I've heard of pickled, nope, actually I haven't. We might sell it here at Vaughn's or something, but I've never seen it. So I thought, hey, I'll just talk about it. So why people move to enclaves, I think it's because it's like a familiar setting. Moving to America or any country, for instance, is scary enough, and having to kind of just be pushed off a cliff into a new culture or a new, type thing, it can be hard and it can be like very stressful. So having an enclave or moving to an enclave can be really helpful to make that transition to the new country. So if I were to move to Japan, I would probably move to an enclave because it would make it, like I said, an easier transition into that new type of like culture and stuff like that. So yeah. So on that note, that concludes this video. I had so much fun doing this assignment. It was really cool seeing this new type of culture, and I hope I answered the answers correctly. I tried, but yeah. So thanks for watching, and bye.